Good afternoon, maybe it's morning, good morning, good night, good something, good time of day. Yeah, let's start another 30-day challenge. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do two 30-day challenges and I'm going to run them both together. I'll explain what I mean shortly. First up though, jump down into the description, click the link and get your free copy of my ebook, Train Wherever the Fuck You Want, and it's going to show you all sorts of goodies that are going to help you do what I'm doing now even better. This challenge, 30 days of calf raises. Now look, I've been doing a little bit of research, watching a few of these videos of people with their 30-day challenges, always one movement. How are you supposed to see any results in these muscles you're trying to build when you don't let them rest? So 30 days of calf raises. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do 100 calf raises every second day so that I can have the day in between to rest, so that at the end of it there's not going to be any of these typical bullshit excuses that all these guys have at the end of their videos of, oh look, I did my 30 days, blah blah blah, but it's just bad genetics, that's why my calves aren't growing. Bullshit, you didn't train them properly. So for 30 days, every alternate day I'm going to be doing 100 calf raises. I'm going to play around with my foot placement a little bit as well, because I'm already suspicious that if you sit there going with your feet like that the whole time, you're just going to overwork the one side. So let's play around with what we're doing with our feet as well. What am I going to be doing on the alternate days, I hear you ask? Because I did mention I'm doing two 30-day challenges. I'm also going to be doing 30 days of bicep curls. So on the alternate day, I'm going to do 100 bicep curls. So I'll have a link for that video here as well. So you can just 2 for 1, 2 for the price of 1. How good is that? I'm giving you two 30-day challenges all on one day. All right, so first up, I suppose, let's take a measurement. Let's take our magic little guy here and get ourselves a measurement. Let's tense up right through the thickest part there. Where are we at? 14 inches. Tense. 14 inches. I mean, look, they're already pretty fucking big. Let's see if I can burst them through the skin or something, eh?
Let's talk about why calves can be so difficult to develop. First up, our calves are already pretty well developed, and that's from walking. You see, the average American walks 5,000 to 7,000 steps on a day. And that's, I mean, think about it, there's plenty of us out there that walk a lot for when we work. So plenty of us could really be up as high as 10,000 steps a day. Anywhere up to 80% of the development from your calves comes just from walking around. So really, we're chasing another 20% from working out. Yeah, I know I give those guys shit for blaming genetics, but genetics does play a little bit of a part. You know, your muscles are only really genetically gonna grow as big as they can grow. Without sticking a needle in your ass, they're only going to grow so much naturally, right? So because we're already walking around a lot and getting a lot of that stimulation in the muscles already, we need to find different ways to stimulate them. So the first thing I want to bring up is full range of motion. So full range of motion is getting your foot through its full range. How can you go through the full range of motion when you're standing flat on the floor? You need to be able to get your heels lower before you start pressing up. So that's the first thing a lot of people aren't doing correctly, is they're just doing them from standing. You need to be up on a step so you can get your heels lower to begin with. Next thing is foot placement as well. If you're always got your feet in the exact same spot, eventually your muscles are going to get used to that. So we need to start bringing in things like changing how our feet are. So not always just here. Sometimes we need to be out here. Sometimes we need to bring them back in this way. Yeah, that's right, I'm just walking around in my jandals. That might be a new word for some of you. Most parts of the world they call this footwear thongs or flip-flops. Well, where I'm from, they're actually called jandals. And here's a little useless piece of information for you. The name jandal comes as an abbreviation from Japanese sandal. So there we go, a little bit more information for you today. Didn't think you'd be getting that, did ya? All right, where were we? All right, the next big thing we need to focus on is chase the pump. We need to do big sets on our calves. So remember I was saying our calves are getting developed and a lot of stimulation just from walking around every day. So just doing sets of 10 to 12 isn't going to give them what they need. You need to be looking more at the 20 to 50 rep range and have nice short rests. The other things we can be doing is not just doing both legs at the same time. Do single leg. You can get a lot more weight going when you're just pressing off the one leg. We can do slow eccentrics is the other thing. So that is when we're lowering ourselves down, the lowering phase of the calf raise. Slow it down. There's just a few ways we can give our calves what they need to grow. All right, let's do the great reveal. So it's been 30 days. Every alternating day I've been doing 100 calf raises. So day one, I was on 14 inches. So let's see where we're at now. Look at that, 1 inch in growth in 1 month. Alternating days. I think I may be onto something here. What did I say? Well, there we have it, just like that. Look, the biggest takeaway for me is if you've got a weakness, a muscle you need to work on, you need to train it more often, but you also need to be resting it. If your issue is your arms, train your arms more often, but don't train them every fucking day. You've got to have rests. Range of motion was the big one for me, going through the full range of motion. The other one was there was progressive overload in there, so I was either adding weight every day or some days I was going single leg, dropping weight a little bit say, but going single legs, always 20 to 25 reps per set are the big ones, but yeah, every second day. Look, if your calves are a big issue for you, why not train them Monday, Tuesday, have Wednesday off, Thursday, Friday, have the weekend off. It's not too difficult to put 100 calf raises in the end of any workout. Even if you're doing arm day, make it a superset. You're doing your bicep curls while you're resting, bang, some calf raises. So yeah, look, like it wasn't a jaw-dropping result, but 1 inch in 30 days, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not gonna actively go out and try and get them any bigger. Look, if you got those things you need to work on them, but the big takeaway is rest. You got to let your muscles recover. Calves can be a tricky one. You got to do different sets. You got to do big numbers. So hope you all took something away from that. And before you're finished taking away from me, get down into the description, get your free copy of my ebooks. I'm just here giving, always giving, such a giver. So thank you for sticking around all the way to the end. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.